National Public Diplomacy Directorate here in the Office of the Prime Minister. It's Sunday, September 21st, day 716 that our hostages have been held since the October 7th atrocities. Firstly, today, let me start off to tell you that it's my pleasant duty to introduce you to our new spokeswoman, Shosh Bedrosian. Shosh Bedrosian will be leading our daily live press briefings every day, Monday to Thursday, excluding the Jewish holidays and other holidays as well. And we'll also be holding live briefings during emergencies or when needs dictate. Shosh has a sizable and exemplary record as a journalist, and we are delighted to welcome her here to our team here at the Prime Minister's office. So without any further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Shosh Bedrosian. Thank you.
David, thank you so much. Of course, it's an honor to be here. For every journalist that's listening right now, please just put your questions in the chat of the Zoom directed at me, of course, with your name and your outlet that you are with. I will take a few questions after I give a couple of very brief points to share with you, starting now. Allow me to share with you that Israel remains determined to meeting its goals of the war. The 5 principles adopted by the cabinet for ending the fighting are: 1, disarming Hamas; 2, returning all of the hostages, the living and the deceased alike; 3, demilitarizing the Gaza Strip; and 4, Israeli security control over the Gaza Strip; and 5, the establishment of an alternative civilian administration that is neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. Now, on the topic of countries recognizing a Palestinian state, now there have been media reports suggesting the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is planning on announcing the UK's recognition of a Palestinian state today, a maneuver that Prime Minister Netanyahu has called absurd and simply a reward for terrorism. Prime Minister Netanyahu told me earlier today that the war Hamas started on October 7th is not a war about forming a state, reiterating the central conflict here is not about the terror group getting their own state, as they have been offered this, of course, we know several times within the last few decades. Prime Minister Netanyahu said they don't want a state next to Israel, they want a state instead of Israel, the only Jewish state in the world that is consistently thwarting attacks from terror proxy groups on a daily basis. Prime Minister Netanyahu says Palestinians have refused to accept a state next to Israel and any territory that was given to the terror group in the past, and of course we know was used to attack the state of Israel over and over and over again. The Prime Minister has made it very clear to me that his message to nations that are taking the avenue to disregard the sheer utter chaos Hamas has thrusted Gaza into and Israel, including our soldiers, families, and of course hostages still held in Hamas captivity, that the people of Israel aren't going to commit suicide because of the political needs of European politics. Now, I can share with you the Prime Minister will be leaving for the United States after Rosh Hashanah and is scheduled to address the United Nations on Friday morning. Of course, the current timings we have at this point in time are 9 a.m. Eastern time, that's local time, and 4 p.m. here in Israel. We will, of course, let everybody know if there's any changes made to that schedule, as always. And the Prime Minister has also been invited by President Trump to meet at the White House on Monday as well. That's the end of our briefing today. Please put your questions inside of the chat right now. We will answer a few of them in a few moments. Okay. So the first question here from Jewish Insider: who will Prime Minister Netanyahu be meeting with on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. There are reports he will be meeting with the Argentinian President Javier Milei. Can you confirm any of that? And any others? What I can tell you at this point in time is that Prime Minister Netanyahu is eager to get to New York and, of course, deliver this address to the United Nations General Assembly, of course, with robustly defending the state of Israel's position at the United Nations. We know he is an incredible communicator, able to deliver clear messages that we know he will, of course, be doing that day. All right, well, those are all the questions for now. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us today, and look forward to the next briefing. Actually, looks like we have one more question coming in right now. All right, looks like we're going to be ending this briefing. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us, and of course, we will be having more briefings in the very near future. Thanks again.